What's going on, everybody? It's the Bulls Show, aka Aidan, and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got an injury update for the Chicago Bulls heading into the game against the Detroit Pistons and potentially beyond that as well, as every day that goes by gets us a little bit closer to the return of Lonzo Ball, Alex Caruso, and Patrick Williams. So we're going to go through all of that in this video. But before we get started, please like and subscribe to the Bulls Show. Turn notifications on and let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the current Chicago Bulls situation in terms of injuries, and are you excited to see these guys return? Do you think they make the biggest of differences once they do return? And also potentially some guys could be missing this Detroit Pistons game as well, which is what we're going to be starting with today, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if you weren't aware, against the Philadelphia 76ers, Nikola Vucevic did end up missing that game against the Philadelphia 76ers. He was deemed as questionable to play, which is a 50-50 chance he either plays or he does not play. And it seems like the same situation is going to be presented to him against the Detroit Pistons. He is listed as questionable to face the Detroit Pistons. Now, judging by the fact that he missed the Philadelphia game, again, it's a 2-day difference from that game to the Detroit Pistons game. If I had to put my money on it, I would say he's missing this Detroit Pistons game and he'll be ready to go against Cleveland. That's my personal guess, but 50-50 gives him an opportunity to play in this Detroit game as well. So whatever happens with Vucevic, hopefully he gets better soon. I'd love to see this team fully healthy by the time everybody returns, so we could just have a clearer idea of how this team's going to work and what's going to be good and what's going to be bad once everybody is fully healthy. It's a big thing, a very important thing, and something I don't want to see, I guess, not being identified heading into the playoffs. I want to see our strengths and our weaknesses, so at least we know our matchups and what's going to be good for us. I think many of us have a good idea of it, but at the end of the day, it's always good to have that a little bit extra for the Chicago Bulls. Now let's talk about those three guys, ladies and gentlemen. I feel like I've made this type of video before, but until they actually return to the Bulls, I feel like we're going to be mentioning a lot of these guys until that does happen. So I believe those players ended up joining the Chicago Bulls against Philadelphia, but it looks like now they're headed back to Chicago because obviously we play Detroit away. It looks like those guys are heading back to Chicago to get that extra work in ahead of that Cleveland Cavaliers game, where that will be at the United Center. They decided to come to Chicago early, have some extra days working out at the Advocate Center, and just to see in the end what's actually going to happen with these guys. They are all kind of looking for, I guess, practice clearance. I guess this means physical clearance, I guess you could say, being able to play with contact. I think that's my guess of what that actually means. But yeah, that's definitely something that I'm very excited about. If all of them can get cleared to practice with contact, that means, again, so close to seeing them return for the Chicago Bulls. However, there is a little bit of a time difference between some of these guys. It looks like Lonzo Ball could potentially get his practice clearance later than Alex Caruso and Patrick Williams. Apparently, he hasn't started lateral running or cutting yet, so that is definitely something that is very unfortunate, because I feel like Lonzo Ball is probably one of the big key factors as to how this team is successful. And at the end of the day, to see that he could potentially get his practice clearance later, that also could potentially mean that he might come back later as well for the Chicago Bulls. So that's a little bit of a blow, but at the end of the day, getting two guys back is very important to us as well. We want the team fully healthy as it can be, so the time that it takes, every day that goes by, is a little bit more of a positive day for the Chicago Bulls as we head to a potentially couple of games where we could see these games as winnable. Again, we've beaten Cleveland before. They're going to be a much tougher challenge, of course, this time around with Caris LeVert on their team. But you also have to mention that Detroit is a game that's a must-win for the Chicago Bulls as well. So we'll wait and see all the situations that we have at the moment. But those are the updates for the Chicago Bulls. Let me know in the comments below what you think about every single one of these players and the potential on their return. If you have more information or more updates on the situation as well, feel free to pop it in the comments below, and we can have that discussion going into that Detroit Pistons game. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you're new. I'll see you in another Chicago Bulls video, ladies and gentlemen. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay tuned for more. Take care and peace.